Today, I'm going to show you a secret fishing spot in Palia. Now, real quick, this will always get you a modeled goby, which is a glowworm fish worth 85 gold, but you don't need a glowworm. You don't need a regular worm. You can fish this with a regular, just any fishing pole. You can do this at the very start of the game. Credits go to Foxcroft32. Thanks for being subbed for a year. He left a comment in my comment section explaining how to do this, so I'm going to make the video for you. And again, he is the person that found this, not me. I didn't figure this out one bit. But let's get started. So, in town, Kilma Village, if you go just kind of southeast, there's the Mayor's Estate. We're going to enter the Mayor's Estate, and this is a secret fishing pond. I don't really think you're really meant to fish here. It could be a bug. It could be intentional. I don't know, but I'm going to show you. And if this doesn't work in the future, I will update the description and the title and all that stuff. So, once you've entered the estate, you run to the back, and you'll get to this really fancy, flower garden, right? And take a left down the little rock path, and you'll see this little pond, and that's what we're going to fish out of. But it's a little hard to fish out of it. If you try to fish out of it, well, the fishing bobber kind of goes in the sky, or it hits the water, and it kind of bounces out and says you can't really fish there. But this is a fishable pond, and here's how to do it. So, you're going to line your character's head with the base of this tree, and you're going to align your character's left foot with this kind of grayish stone right here in the leftmost corner of the stone. Just about like that. And then we're going to, again, point our camera right at this tree, and then left-click and let go very quickly. And, well, it's a little tough. You might have to scooch up a little bit, but there we go. We got it. And now the bobber is in the water. And I don't have a worm equipped. You can see in the bottom right corner, there is no worm. You can do this with any fishing pole. And it does take it a minute. There we go. After 3 little bounces, that's when the bite happens. Every time, by the way. And there it is. We're going to reel this in, and it will be a modeled goby every single time. There are no rare fish here. There are no rare drops. And modeled goby is normally only available in ponds when you use a glow worm. It's insane. These things, I've already fished one up earlier just for testing purposes, and we're always going to get it. Now, because my character is situated right about here, as you can see, all I have to do is just tap left click really quickly, and the bobber will go in every time. I'm going to reel this in. I just want to show you there are no glowworms in my inventory. When I right click, there's no glowworm. I'm not using any editing tricks or magic or anything fishy here, except, well, fishing itself. And well, I'll do it again. Every single time will be a modeled goby. Now, the reason why this is so good is because these fishes are worth 85 gold each, which is more than you can possibly fish unless you get a really rare drop until you get regular worms. And even then, this fish is still worth more money until you get glowworms. And then you will be able to like when you have glowworms, this is still a good, more higher priced fish than some of the other places. Like if you fish at the rivers or the coast with a glowworm, yes, you have a % chance to get the rare fish, but pond fish with a glowworm still give you more gold per fish. So I'm going to go ahead and reel this in, and I'm just going to show you some fish prices now. So just to show you how good this is, also it looks like Metal Storm here. You found another spot where you can kind of fish it out. Interesting enough. So on screen, from ponds, if you have no worm, you can see that Calico Koi, Mud Minnow, and Cantankerous Koi, they're 23, 23, and 50. If you get the star quality ones, which you have to fish from those fishing circles, it's 34 and then 75. Again, these don't beat the prices of what we're fishing up here. Now, with the worm, you can see it's 39 and 58. For uncommon, 75 and 112. So if you find, a circle in a pond and you have a worm, yes, you can kind of beat the prices maybe. But it's a very low % chance to get that uncommon. And then a rare, even more uncommon, even harder to get, is 145 and 217. But if you just sit here and fish just consistently, you're going to get a whole bunch of very good glowworm quality fish and make a ton of gold. And if you cook the fish, you will make even more gold. Alright, I have fished here for just a little bit now, and I have 100. You can see there are no other fish, no rare drops. 100 of these modeled gobies, and let me go show you how to turn this into even more money. Before I discuss about how to turn our fish into even more money, I want to talk about glowworms. I have 8 of these glowworm machines here. They're quite expensive to craft, taking lots and lots of flow wood to do, so it's a very long grind. But these things, They take about 1 hour, and they, like, you put basic meat or fruit or veggies in them, and they're going to make you 1 worm at a time. And I just fished up 100 of these things, you know, lickety-split, super quick, and I didn't spend a single glowworm. Alright, a glowworm is worth 25 gold each, and they take 1 hour to make 1 worm. So with 8 of these machines, let's see how long that would take. So here's the math. It would take 12.5 hours for these 8 machines, which are really, like, they're expensive to make. I'll show you how expensive they are to make. It would take 12.5 hours to get the worms to fish up what I just did, but I did it completely for free without having to craft or wait for anything. So a glowworm farm takes 12 of these flow-infused planks, and then it takes, you know, some bricks and iron and leather. Who cares about that? It's the flow-infused wood that takes a while to get. And boy, oh boy, that's 8 machines. You have to pay for machine licenses, which you probably would prefer, like, the seed ones, because those generate more money, or preserves for food. You know, you still need, like, blacksmithing and sawmills and glass makers and looms and all that stuff, too. So, again, glowworms are supposed to be an in-game item, and those fish are gate-kept by that. But this pond prevents us from being gate-kept. Now, in a previous video, I teach you how to cook these fish by just going to a campfire and making a grilled fish. Whenever you use 2 fish, when it finishes crafting, it will be of equal value of both the fish used, unless it crafts as a quality item, which has a % chance to do, and it will increase the value. So basically, you take all your fish, you cook them on the campfire, and the ones that become quality fish, you earn extra gold. However, I'm going to show you an even better way to make even more money. I'm just going to free up a little bit of inventory space here. And in the shop, in Zeki's shop, you can buy these spice sprouts for 30 gold each, and these garlics for 30 gold each. So here are the values. Now, garlic costs 30 gold, the spice sprout is 30 gold, the modeled goby can sell for 85 gold, you cannot buy those. Now, the fish stew is what we'll be cooking, and to learn it, you need to have a regular worm, which you can buy at Zeki's shop, and then fish in Bahari Bay at the coast. You'll get it in under 100 worms, it's pretty common. And then what you do is we're going to be making fish stews. So you just go here to a stove, and it's real simple. You go to fish stew. We're going to use any spice, which is it's going to take it from our inventory. The spice we have here is the spice sprouts. You buy them at the store for 30. You buy the garlic for 30 at the store, and then we're just going to cook fish stews, and let me show you the profits. Now, I will say, it's weird how the luck works, but it seems like the majority of the time you craft these at quality. Let me show you. Whenever we craft the stew, which is 1 fish, 1 garlic, and one sprout, it comes out to be 171 gold. And this only takes 1 chopping minigame, and then you stir. It's the easiest thing in the game to cook. And then with quality, it's 255 gold per craft, so that is insane. Now, last time in the comments when I talked about this, people got confused because they forgot about stack sizes. They would hover their mouse over this and be like, it's only 57 gold, I got ripped. No, it's 57 gold each. There are 3 in a stack every time you cook. The parentheses, the number on the right, is how much the total stack is worth. Therefore, 1 fish stew that you cook is worth 171. If it cooks to quality, that means the little star next to it here in the corner, it is worth 85 each at 3 per stack that you cook, making it worth 255 gold. And for those that don't know cooking or how cooking works, this is how it works. You click fish stew. It's going to take fish and then any spice and garlic. We're going to click make, which turns on the stove. We go to the the prep station. We're going to chop garlic. You play a little timing mini game here. It's real slow and real simple, and you just chop, chop, chop. Pretty simple stuff. Once that's done, you go to the stove, you add the ingredients, and then you left click and hold to stir. And you can't, like, I can let go of left click. It's not gonna mess it up. It's okay. This is just, you just hold left click and it finishes. And then it'll craft, and then there we go. We got a fish stew, and there, see, 3 fish stews. We use 1 fish, 1 garlic, and 1 spice. So here is the profit margins on the screen. The ingredients cost 145, assuming you buy the garlic and you buy the spice and don't pick them up off the ground, which you totally can, and you don't sell the fish. It's 145 gold. When you cook the fish stew, you will always make a 26 gold profit, and if you cook the quality fish stew, you'll make 110 gold profit, but you will also be leveling your cooking. So I'm just going to cook all of these fish now, and let me just stack these up back to how they were. They stack up to 30 per square. Fish only stack up to 5 per square, so we're always going to have room. I'm going to go ahead and cook a bunch of these, and if you look in the top left corner, I'm level 19 on cooking. Let's see how much I get. Okay, let me show you the profit margin. So I only cooked 25 because I need to get this video out. I haven't made a video in a few days, and the longer I wait to make a video, the more the algorithm punishes me. But anyway, so I cooked 25 fish worth of meals here, as you can see by the as you can see by the ingredients. Here's the math on the screen: 100 fish. If you were to sell them just straight up in the box, that's 8,500 gold. But because I cooked 25 of the fish stews, and 25 fish stews are worth, I'll put them in the box, 5,451 gold. Let me hide the text so you know there's no fishy business going on. And we multiply that number by 4 because I can do that 3 more times. That means we earn 21,804 estimated gold, not exact, because, again, it's dependent on quality versus not quality. And as you can see here, I cooked 33 non-quality and then 42 quality. So you're going to get more quality than non-quality, and I'm not just being lucky. That's just, you know, statistical odds. So this means that by cooking all the fish that we catched, not only do we get good cooking experience, but we earn 13,304 gold profit. That's very nice. Now, there are 2 other fish recipes, the sashimi and the sushi. If you don't grow your own rice, these things are, like, really expensive. And sushi, it needs dairy cloves or dari cloves. I don't know how to pronounce it. It needs vinegar is 200 gold. This is expensive as heck to make, and I'm not going to test if the math is worth cooking these or not. I'm just not going to bother. But again, if you just want to save time and you don't want to do the cooking minigame, you don't care about leveling up your cooking, well, this still levels up your cooking a little bit. You can just grill the fish here on the campfire. It's literally, you know, 2 clicks. You push F, you click make, and then it uses 2 fish at a time. And the profit's not as good. I'll calculate those profits for you. I did it in another video. I'll do it again. And just to recap for those that don't know, when you cook a regular grilled fish, these take 2 fish, by the way. The value is 170 gold, which is, again, you take 85 plus 85, that's 170. But if it's quality, it comes out to 255 gold, which, again, this takes 2 fish, not 1, but the bonus is it doesn't take any other additional ingredients. So it's, you know, it's really up to you. I'll go ahead and cook 25 worth. Now, I only cooked 10 grilled fish. I have them in the box here. Let me hide the text for a second. 10 grilled fish cost 20 fish. And if we theoretically had 100 fish, we could do that 5 times over. So 2,210 times 5. Here's the math on the screen. So this is only a profit of 2,550. And I didn't get as much cooking experience than I would, you know, making the fish stew. So making the fish stew is absolutely better in every regard, and let me explain also why. I'm going to show you, this is also another video on the channel I made. This is called food duping. You need friends to do this. So when I cook a fish stew here, there's a few things that we can do. As the person starting the meal, it's going to consume my modeled goby, the fish that I have, and the spice. So once I click make, those are gone from my inventory. And now, as the person who started the meal, I will get to receive the meal no matter what. So this is where friend number 1 comes in. Friend number 1 comes in, and they have garlic. I don't have garlic, they have garlic. And then they chop the garlic. So this is friend number 1 here, and also those fish just sold. So there we go, friend number 1 is chopping the garlic. Very cool. And there we go. Friend number 1 will now receive credit for cooking and will also receive 3 fish stews. This is where friend number 2 comes in. I'm friend number 2. I'm a whole different person. And the ingredients are chopped. So now he adds the ingredients, but he's not done yet. He's got to stir it. So friend number 2, because he stirred the bowl, gets credit for cooking this and receives also 3 fish stews. So if we have 3 fish stews of quality, which I've got to unstack these 10 times. Let's just do the math, okay? This is 255, right? I'm just going to pop it up on the screen here. So we take 255 and we multiply it by 3 people. Me, friend number 1, and friend number 2. So that one cooking session generated 765 gold. All right, and let's say we did that, you know, 100 times. you know, we just made 76,500 gold between the three of us, right? So that's the power of cooking, especially if you have friends. You know, you can just have little cook-offs, and that is how you generate even more gold for you and your friends. If you have a bunch of friends all doing this at once, then everyone will share in the profits, and you'll be able to buy these stupid expensive upgrades. Like, if I want to buy a new plot, it's 75,000 gold. And I gotta do that 4 more times to win a gazebo. It's so stupid how expensive it is. So you're gonna need to do tricks like this to make money in this game. Now, I have other ways to make money, which I might cover in future videos, so make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate you watching. Please like the video. It really helps reach more people. And finally, I'm so close to 100k. Please, I want to get to 100k subs so I can get a YouTube plaque. My walls are completely empty. I have nothing to hang up it, so that plaque would mean a lot to me. And finally, I read every comment because I have no friends, no life, no social life, no job. I just play video games, and this is all I do. I just make YouTube videos and play video games. So please leave a comment. It's the only social interaction I'll ever get in my life. And hey, if you have a question or anything, I'll definitely respond, because again, I just sit here and refresh my YouTube page all day looking for new comments to talk to. With that said, finally, on the right side of your screen, right over there, there is a video you should absolutely click. If you don't click it, you're going to drop a glass plate and it's going to shatter everywhere in the next 3 days.